anyway, so I play baseball, have to get a job, don't go any further than those 2 years of baseball, and I get married that September, and get a job as a high school teacher at an all-girls school. I am one of 4 male teachers at an all-girls school. All of them have to wear a uniform. Short plaid skirts. I was going nuts. Those are the exact same skirts I wanted to wear. It was weird. It was hard for me. But you did it. I coached. I coached track. I coached basketball. I coached baseball. Not the girls' school. I did it at another school. But it was a private school. We didn't have any kids yet. My wife doesn't know what's going on. I'm jumping in her closets when she's not there. I'm pounding myself. My own self-image is like beat up. It's beat up my entire life, but it's definitely beat up then because I'm now I have another person in my life, and this person is very, very important to me. Still is, and I'm doing this thing on the side that I can't find any answers to. I can't find any information about. And I'm struggling with myself. No one else knows about this secret but me. Me. Throughout this whole time still. We wait 5 years. We have kids. We have our oldest son. And I'm thinking, okay, children. That's what I need. Children will fix this. I won't even think about it then. Well, we had the oldest. And a couple years later, we had another son. And when they were really little, my wife would work every other weekend. And so I was home with the 2 little boys. They were, young. 2 and not quite 1 yet. And what would I do? Well, Kim, my wife, she was from a family of 8 from Pendleton. And she had 5 sisters. Why these sisters would do this, I don't know, but they would put all their clothes that they would give to Goodwill and give them to us so that we'd give them to Goodwill. I don't know what that was about, but they would give us all these bags of clothes. And I would go through them all. Of course I would. I would find anything that would fit. Nothing usually did, but if it fit close enough, I was hiding it somewhere. And I had a very good hiding place that no one ever found. So when she would go to work on those weekends, these little boys didn't have a clue what was going on. I'd put a dress on, and I would take care of them all day long, and I would be wearing a dress. Self-loathing myself through the whole thing, but knowing this feels so right. Why it feels right, I have no idea. I just know that it does. So it didn't fix it. Having children didn't fix it. So then, Kendra's born. Another little joy in our lives. And my family, best freaking family in the world. Going through some struggles still, but bar none. The most beautiful people on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. But, so these kids are now starting to grow up, and I still am going through this, and I still haven't found anything that is helping me until 1995, when I got my first computer, and I realized what the internet was. Holy cow! So I type in Google search transgender. Popped up all of these articles. Not only that, but there's chat rooms that you can talk to people that are just like you. I thought, holy cow! I'm not the only one. So I get a hold of this person from, I can't remember where he's from, Chicago or somewhere like that. He goes, nothing wrong with you. He goes, I'm just that way too. He goes, I don't know why I'm this way either, but did you choose it? I said, no. I said, did you choose it? He said, no. I said, well, let's talk to some more people. I want to learn some more stuff about this. So I did. And I got to learn enough about it. And I was at a point where I could not keep it in anymore. And I don't know if this triggered it or not, but when I was coaching baseball, I was coaching baseball up in Portland, and one of the parents, their son was my catcher on the team, and they saw something in me and Kim at the time and wanted to get us into Amway. So they said, they called us up and said, we're going to come over. Why don't you put a thing of coffee on and we'll come over and spend an evening with you. You know, the little sneaky way of getting in the front door. Well, they got us into Amway. And I gotta tell you, as much as that business is badmouth, if you've ever heard of it, it is the best thing that ever happened to me as a person, because I came out of a shell that I was stuck in. I couldn't talk to anybody. I would, when people said hi to me, I was stuck for an answer to say something back. So I got enough confidence in myself through that program. That wasn't a program, it was positive attitude stuff. It was really, really good. Highly recommend it. I got enough courage together to tell my spouse, well actually right before that, I was still so beat up, and the Catholics, they really have a good job, do a good job of beating you up. Maybe putting that guilt on you. I went to a priest, and I went to the confessional, and I confessed to this priest, and I said, I don't know why, but I'd like to dress up in women's clothes. First thing he says is, have you seen a psychiatrist? I said, what? Aren't you supposed to be consoling me? I said, no. I said, no, I know there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not crazy. It's just how I feel. He goes, if anybody's a Catholic in here, you'll understand this. Go say 3 Our Fathers and 3 Hail Marys. I'll see you next Saturday. You are no help at all. And here's in the other side of this thing with a smoke, with a cigarette, just smokes billowing off. I said, I ain't coming back to you, pal. So I knew then that I also had to tell him. And so I'm 40 years old now. Our oldest is like 12 years old. Our next one is like 10. Kendra's like, let's see how old, 5, 4. And I decided I'm going to tell my spouse. And I'm laying in bed, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm tossing and turning, and tears are just pouring out of my eyes. And she's laying there, and she's trying to sleep, and I'm tossing and turning. And she wakes up, and she goes, what is wrong with you? I said, I can't tell you, but I have to tell you. I said, but I can't tell you. Because I knew, as soon as I told her, she would leave. Here's the person that I never loved anyone as deep as I loved her, which is why it gets so hard. But I knew, I had hoped that she wouldn't, but I had to tell her. So I finally said, I like to dress in women's clothes. She goes, is that all? Just like that. I thought, she just said, is that all? She thought I was dying. She thought I was going to have cancer and tell her I was dying. And I was so relieved. I thought, so we spent the rest of that night, from 1 o'clock on until like 5 o'clock in the morning, talking. I had to work the next day. I did whatever I could to go to school the next day and teach. And somehow during the day, I wrote her a 3-page letter, pouring out my heart to her, saying, thank you for not kicking me out. I had my bag packed. I was ready to go out in the street. That's what we do. That's what we think. Because no one accepts it. No one accepts it. So she says, is that all? She didn't realize what she was saying, and neither did I at the time, because I didn't know where it was going to go from there. All I knew is,